Fatima's Monday morning melody. Monday mornings are special at Fatima's house. Even though it was a crisp 37-degree morning in May, the world felt bright with the promise of spring. Fatima sat in her sturdy wheelchair, her eyes reflecting the soft early light. She didn't use words to speak, but her joyful smile told 1,000 stories. Today was a big day. It was time for her day program where friends and music awaited. High up on the windowsill, a pair of golden eyes watched the world wake up. This was Figaro, a gray-brown tabby cat with very important business. He was the guardian of the living room. Figaro flicked his tail as he watched the morning dew on the grass, keeping a close eye on his favorite human, Fatima, as she prepared for her departure. The house was quiet and peaceful. Fatima's father, Levent, had already left for work, leaving a lingering warmth from his goodbye hug. Now, it was just Fatima and her mother, Gulsen. Fatima leaned her head back, her spirit shining through her dark, happy eyes as she watched her mother move gracefully through the room, finishing the morning preparations with a smile. Gulsen made sure Fatima was bundled up tight against the unusual May chill. Fatima wore her favorite pink camouflage puffer jacket, which was as warm as a toasted marshmallow. In her lap, she squeezed her most precious companion, a bright white unicorn toy with a pink mane and a golden horn. To Fatima, the unicorn wasn't just a toy. It was a friend who shared all her adventures. As Fatima waited on the wooden ramp outside the front door, a flash of brilliant azure caught her eye. A bold blue jay had swooped down from the sky, landing heavily in a nearby boxwood bush. The green leaves rustled violently, and Fatima tilted her head, her curiosity piqued by the sudden noisy arrival of the feathered visitor in the spring garden. Suddenly, the quiet morning was filled with a chorus of high-pitched chirps. A pair of robins burst from the same bush, circling the blue jay with frantic, brave energy. Gulsen stood in the doorway, watching the tiny drama unfold. She knew exactly why the robins were so upset. They were protecting a hidden nest tucked deep within the may leaves. Gulsen walked over to Fatima and rested a gentle hand on her shoulder. They watched together as the mother robin stood her ground against the much larger blue jay. "Look at her, Fatima," Gulsen whispered. "She's a protector, just like me." Fatima looked up at her mother, then back at the birds, her brow furrowed as she processed the importance of the moment. The blue jay, realizing he was outnumbered by the robin's fierce love, finally took flight and disappeared over the roof. The garden returned to its peaceful spring hum. Fatima let out a soft, happy sound, a little chirp of her own, and her body relaxed. She felt the safety of her home and the strength of the love that surrounded her every single day. Soon, the familiar sound of a motor filled the air. The transport van for Fatima's program pulled into the driveway. Gulsen began to navigate the wheelchair down the ramp, her movements careful and practiced. She checked every strap and buckle, ensuring Fatima was secure. To the world, it was just a routine, but to Gulsen, it was a sacred promise of safety. As the van lift raised her up, Fatima looked back at the house. She saw Figaro in the window and her mother waving from the porch. Fatima knew she was going somewhere fun, but she also knew she would always have a safe nest to return to. With her unicorn tucked under her arm and a heart full of courage, Fatima ready to take on the world.